What's up guys, I just finished filming the update video, Cervelo bike and just everything video on the channel. That is the TTG news kind of video for this week. But now I'm gonna just do a whole bunch of stuff on my bikes, mainly on the P3, but I have to help my mom with her bike because she got a flat tire, so I'm just gonna replace a tube in her wheel. And then I also want to show you guys what's going on with my Guru and just show you a bunch of bike stuff, so I thought I'd film it. So here we go. I think I'm gonna just start by bringing all the bikes up outside. It's super nice outside and there's some kind of weird lens flare thing, but it's okay. And then I'll show you guys what's going on. And I'm wearing a baseball hat right now because my hair looks weird, and I'm actually David Dobrik. As you can see, my mom's tire is totally flat, and this is basically how you just fix it. You grab a tube, any one like this, 700C, and you basically just do that. The cause of the flat, it was this pretty sharp rock, I think this is. Something sharp that went into the tire and basically poked a pretty big hole into the tire right here, but I think it'll be fine. And that's good, easy fix, and just replace a tube. I always like to line up the valve with the words on the tire to make it easier to find it when you get a flat. Most of the time it doesn't really matter, but I think it just looks better in general anyways, so that's what I'm doing. Riding my Guru with these handlebars on it, the carbon fiber ones out of my Cervelo, since I didn't actually have any other bars to put on it, and I put the bars on my Guru on my Cervelo to sell it. So now I just actually got some bars from my coach Dave. He lent me some for that bike, so these are off. And I had been riding them without bar tape, which looked kind of weird and I thought it was kind of dumb. And so now I'm riding the other bike with no bar tape, but today at work I'm probably going to be buying some. Here is the Guru that now has the just regular bars on it without any bar tape. I think I'm just going to pick up some red tape from work later tonight, and then I'll install that in some other videos another time. But this is what it looks like right now. I have this pretty bright light on because I'm going to be riding home in the dark tonight since I finished my shift at 9 o'clock. And then I also have a nice light on the back too, just to be safe and not to die. Since this is my commuter right now, even though it's got like carbon cranks and it's super nice, I don't really have anything else as a commuter, and I don't really want to spend any more money on just a commuting bike. So this is going to be this for now, unless I sell it at some point and then maybe get something else that's a little bit better for a commuter. Since this is a pretty freaking nice bike and I don't always want to just be riding it around and kind of beating it up. But for now, that's what I'm riding. I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of little tweaks on the Cervelo. I still haven't really adjusted the shifting. I just put the shifters on, so I still have to do quite a bit of work on that. And I'll show you some tricky thing for the rear wheel, which how it's centered. It's kind of like a single speed bike, and I'll show you how that works since it's kind of complicated and confusing, and might be interesting to you guys who haven't seen it and didn't know about it, because I definitely did not know about it. So here we go. I'll show you guys the kind of interesting thing of the rear wheel on the P3. So if you can see, hopefully you can see there's a little bolt right here sticking out. And that's, yeah, there you go, right there. And that basically just aligns the wheel up, basically just like a single speed does, but from the back. So this one just kind of pushes against the wheel, and you basically just have to have both sides equal on each side, and then that makes sure the wheel is centered. And then that also determines how close the wheel is to the frame right here, since it does come pretty close. So it just allows you to make sure that the wheel is in the exact same position every time. That way your brakes are always perfectly aligned and that your tire is never gonna touch the frame. And that's really good if you're running bigger, wider tires that are going to be really close. That way you don't have to worry about every time putting the wheel in that you might put it in a different way and it might rub. Every time it's going to be exactly the same. The other interesting thing about this bike is that the wheel goes in straight from the rear, so you don't actually have a dropout putting it in up like that. So every time you actually have to pull the chain up like this and then pull the wheel all the way back out. So just a little bit different. Cervelo likes to be special and do everything differently, but I guess it's kind of practical to make sure that your wheel never touches your frame and that fits in the same way every time. I'm just gonna work on adjusting the front and rear derailleur since I actually haven't done any of that yet. I just really just installed them. So that's basically all that's left for me to do on the bike besides getting the fit, and I haven't taped up the handlebars yet because I'm gonna do that after I get the fit as well. Is pretty much all put together. I did all the adjustments. It's really easy to do the front one since it doesn't have any indexing, so you basically just do all the indexing yourself, so you go up and down. So I just had to set the limits on that, and then on the rear, not too big of a deal. Got everything nice and good. All I'm going to do now is just shorten up these cables because I don't really like having super long cable ends just sticking out of the derailleurs, especially this one looks bad, and the brake one is ridiculously long. That's just how it came from the factory. So I'm gonna finish that up, and then that's gonna be it for working on the Cervelo. Basically ready to go besides the bar tape that I'm gonna do after I get my fit, since I'm not really gonna know where the position of all the bars is, and I wanna make sure that all of that looks really good before I put all the tape on. Last thing I might also do is switch out the saddle for the other Adamo saddle I have. This is the Adamo Prologue, which I think is a little bit lower end compared to the one that I used to have, but I'm gonna ride it for a little bit, see if I like it better than the other one, and then I'll make a decision on which saddle I want. The better get on, the better get on, the better get on.